Americans, I'm Colonel Douglas McGregor, CEO of Our Country, Our Choice, and I must tell you I am mad as hell. Mr. President, I urge you to direct your focus to the people of North Carolina. They deserve immediate assistance. Rescue helicopters should be dispatched, resources mobilized, and aid provided without delay. Our military, which is always ready to serve abroad, must also be ready to serve here at home. Our good countrymen and women are currently left to fend for themselves, while our government takes great care of illegal immigrants, criminal gang members, foreign governments, and of course, lines the pockets of warmongers. I never thought I would see a day where our citizens are treated with almost complete contempt as we see today. To be frank, I'm furious, as we all should be. We're certainly grateful for our allies around the world, but we must ask ourselves, where is the priority for our own citizens? We have citizens contemplating suicide today in North Carolina. Citizens without hope. Citizens who despair. Countless hardworking families are without food, water, electricity, or connectivity, facing unimaginable challenges. It is unacceptable that while we allocate vast sums to foreign conflicts, our own people suffer in silence. Washington has no idea how upset the average American citizen is with the endless drain of cash and resources into foreign wars, while our own citizens are suffering.
That's right.
Fort Bragg, now renamed Fort Liberty, is only 300 miles from Asheville, North Carolina, where thousands of Americans are coping with the washed out roads and bridges, power outages, and the desperate need for clean water. Yet, as of this moment, no Army helicopters have been sent to rescue Americans, presumably because these aircraft are needed in the Middle East and Eastern Europe. At the same time, Mayorkas's Department of Homeland Security still had the funds to move 5% of Haiti's population all over the United States. The Department of Homeland Security now reports that its funds are too exhausted and unavailable to assist Americans in the path of Hurricane Helene.
Treason.
Too many Americans have been left behind by a negligent federal government for too long. On the one hand, there are unlimited funds for a Ukrainian government that has lost a war, and apparently limitless funds for Israel's new war. On the other hand, the Biden-Harris administration took more than $1 billion tax dollars originally allocated for American disaster relief and used it to provide services for illegal immigrants. Today, families struggling with horrific damage resulting from Hurricane Helene must cope with only $750 in support from Washington. It's time for us to critically assess the narratives we encounter. Are we truly being served by our government, or are we being misled into believing that our greatest threats lie beyond our borders? I urge each of you to engage in thoughtful discourse, to question what you hear, and to seek the truth rooted in our shared values. Imagine a different future where we redirect our efforts towards solving the pressing problems right here at home. A future where our resources are allocated to rebuilding our communities, providing better health care, and addressing the root causes of addiction. Let's ensure that our government is not just reactive, but proactive in helping its citizens in need. It is time to strengthen our commitment, first and foremost, to the American people.
Yes.
No more delays. No more excuses.
That's right.
It's bad enough that 76% of individual income taxes go to pay the interest on our sovereign national debt. If our government has one job, it's to provide for the security and well-being of the American people. Instead, they siphon our taxes and they funnel to anyone and everyone but us. Americans, our country is on autopilot when it desperately needs leadership. Imagine for a moment wealthy parents who give their spoiled children keys to an expensive sports car, The children keep crashing the car and still get a new one after each accident. This may not be the best analogy, but it seems clear that the taxpayers are the parents and Washington is populated with spoiled children. It's time to stop replacing the sports car and instead replace the children in Washington. Thank you for listening. God bless you and these United States.
Thank you from the American News Network, and we shall ensure our freedom. We are one family. God bless.